Losing my mom almost 3 months ago has taught me something that I wasn't expecting to learn or think about or find, but something that I have thought long and hard about after all of this is truly having joy. And you may be like, what? But hold on, I'm going to explain. Real quick, before I do that, I want to introduce myself for anyone who is new here. My name is Raylynn. I make homemaking content. I talk about the Bible. I talk about routines and rhythms and just things that's on my mind. So if that interests you, I would love to have you stick around and subscribe. Okay, so what I mean by this is, when I was looking at all the things when we were going through my mom's house and, trying to get things taken care of, we went through pictures. When a loved one passes, you go through things and you're going through pictures and memories and all of that. And one thing that I consistently saw and know, I didn't have to look at pictures to know this, but it definitely helped put it into perspective, was the joy that my mom always had. My mom wasn't a worrier. She wasn't somebody who was overly anxious about anything. It's funny because I always joked with her and said, Mom, you're just always like happy and nothing really gets to you and you don't really worry about things. Even when you should, you don't worry about them. And she's like, well, Raylynn, what is it going to do? It's not going to change anything by me focusing on it and worrying about it. And so I never really got that because I've always, since I was little, have always been an anxious person. I've always been a worrier. My mom and my granny and my whole family would joke about how I'm a worrywart. And I honestly got that from my granny. But I just have always been a worrier. I worried about my mom. I mean, I would constantly call her and talk to her and tell her, Mom, you didn't answer me quick enough or whatever. And is everything okay? And she's like, Raylynn, I'm a grown woman. You got to quit worrying about me. I worry about my kids. I worry about Adam. I worry about people. I worry about friends. I've worried about you guys. If you are somebody who I consistently see on a regular basis and I go a few weeks without seeing your name pop up, I think, oh my gosh, is something wrong? So I'm a worrier by nature. And I just got to thinking after all of this that my mom was such a great example of what it means to have joy, what it means to be happy. My mom didn't have the perfect life. I mean, none of us do. She was a single mom and she raised me all on her own. But my mom had a village. My mom had my sisters and she had her cousins and my aunts and uncles and all kind of family members around her to help her. But even when she didn't, she still had that joy. Like she just always was so happy. Happy-go-lucky, that's what they called her. Happy-go-lucky Linda. Never gets upset. Never worries about anything. And yeah, it was, sometimes it was like, Linda, you gotta, aren't you worried about this? And I think that maybe deep down she was, but she didn't want to show it. But you never knew it. She just always had that joy. And the reason why I'm talking about this, as I mentioned in my last video about becoming a better homemaker, and I think that one of the first things I want to focus on, and that's why where I'm starting, is finding joy, true joy, not just based on circumstances, which I have said that in so many videos, but I'm really truly learning what that looks like, what that means, because my mom, no matter what she was going through, and there were hard times. There really were a lot of hard things that we had walked through. But overall, I never had to worry. Even though I didn't have to, because my mom she never would let it be known that there was something hard. She would still always be happy, always be joyful. And I just want a piece of that. I want my kids to look back on my life and say, you know what, no matter what my mom went through, she was happy. She was joyful. Right now, I don't know that they could say that, especially right now. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm not grieving or, life is easy or anything like that, because life right now is hard and I am having grace with myself. I'm not going to, say that I'm just going to snap my fingers and find joy, you know, um, when my mom has only been gone for almost 3 months. So I'm still definitely in the grieving process. I've learned it comes in waves. I can be totally fine one minute and bawling my eyes out the next. I feel like some days the grief is going to swallow me whole, and I'm not going to get on that because I don't want to cry on this video. But all that to say that I don't want the grief to swallow me whole. I don't want to focus on being sad. I know my mom wouldn't want that. I know she would understand me being sad, but I know she wouldn't want me to focus on being sad. And so the first thing in becoming a better homemaker, I feel, for me, is finding the joy and the true joy. And no matter what the day may bring, I have a picture somewhere hanging up. I showed it in one of my videos recently that says, nothing will come this day that God and I can't handle. And I just want to remember that when I have the hard days and when I am stressed out, just knowing that God is with me. And I have to pray that often. I have to pray for his help a lot through all of this. And I think the one thing that I hope to find is that joy, because that is, I believe, what is going to help me be a better homemaker. Because when I don't look at things like a have to mentality, or like I have to clean these dishes or I have to do this laundry, but I get to do these dishes. I'm alive today to do this laundry. I have the feet to carry me, to walk around my house, to clean it. I have the ability to use my hands to cook with. And so that's just my thought today. That's what I wanted to talk about. And I hope that this video gave you some inspiration, some motivation, or just some encouragement. I don't know what you're walking through, but may we all find that little piece of joy, that no matter what our circumstances are, that we can all just still smile. We can smile through it, and we can see the beauty around us, because there is still beauty around us. We may be going through something hard, we may be grieving, but there is still some beauty to be seen, and may God show us that today. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me as I did some decluttering, some organizing, some cooking, some cleaning. Again, if you are new here, I hope that you will think about subscribing and joining my community, and Lord willing, I will see you on the next one.